Hello, and welcome to this video. A few days ago, a mate and I decided to play in the Universal Open qualifiers. What is that, you may ask? It's a 2v2 tournament, and a lot of pros participate in it. So even though we knew we don't have a chance of winning, we thought, let's just try and have a good time, and if we face off against a pro team, we can at least learn from that. So in our second series, we played Fairy Peak and Paschy. If you don't know these two, you probably have to do some catching up on your esports knowledge, because they are both on a team called Vitality, together with Freaky, and even though they didn't do as great as expected at the RLCS finals in London, I was there, it was still completely nuts. I do believe that Fairy Peak is the best player in the world at the moment. Obviously, we also would have lost against any casual pro players out there, also against any Grand Champs, but yeah. That's who we played against. So I decided to record an analysis. But after recording a 1-hour analysis of our two matches against them, I thought that might actually be a bit long and boring. So instead of me talking over the footage of us getting completely destroyed, I realized a few mistakes that I repeatedly made. So maybe you make the same mistakes, and I will show you and sacrifice my horrible gameplay to maybe help us all in the future. So let's get into this, I guess. Oh, and just as an info, a few of you weren't sure if I was actually female, so yes, I am female. And I am a champ 1 at the moment, in 2v2. So I have 14 points that I want to talk about. I will not go over car control or ball control. My ball control or car control is not as good as Fairy Peak's or Paschy's. I mean, look at how Paschy was literally playing with us like we were bots in this clip. God, he's so good. Look at that. Look at that. So, Paschy has control of the ball. He easily could score here. Easily. He just doesn't because he doesn't care. Okay, so he takes it past me, gets the boost, takes it past me again, and takes it past Rodrid, which is both completely out of the play here, and just dribbling around. Takes it. Oh no, he's not taking it past me again. That would have been insane. Okay, I finally get a challenge. He could have scored there for sure. Just didn't want to. It's obvious that a Grand Champ or a pro player has better ball control and car control. That will just come with time and practice. But that's not a mistake I can fix right now. It's just what I have to work on over time. So number 1 is booming the ball instead of taking control of it. So I noticed in a few clips that instead of me taking control of the ball on defense, I just straight up boom it out there and pass it straight to an opponent so that Paschy or Fairy Peak can just dribble it in and do whatever they want to and end up scoring. So I can take control here, but I probably will boom it out because I'm sometimes stupid. Yep. And I boom it right to Paschy, pass it to him, and he has time to, yeah, probably score. Look into that. Ooh, that's close one, close one. So number 2 is the hesitation. In the second game we tried to ball chase like hell, and it ended up being actually way better than in the first game because we actually only lost 3-0 in the second game. I mean, they weren't actually trying anymore, but still, that's way better than in the first game. And I think that was because we were just not hesitating at all. That made us be in the wrong position very often, but still it was kind of effective because they had no space to do anything. In the first game I actually managed to score once. The only reason why I scored is because I just did not hesitate, I went straight to the ball and scored an empty net. So number 3 is the boost greediness. So I have one fun clip that I will show you right here. So first 50-50, second 50-50. And now I will take control of the ball if I'm fast enough. Oh, I should take control of the ball, but I'm not doing that. I had a lot of time there, but I just was boost greedy as hell and thought, no, I need boost, I need boost. Yes, I think it speaks for itself. Yeah. Number 4 is knowing where the boost pads are. I think I'm normally pretty good with boost management. I actually tend to use too little boost, because I'm always afraid of just boosting too much. So I end up in the goal with 100 in boost and I'm afraid of using it, so I just miss the ball or don't save it because I play like I'm at 0 boost even though I have a lot of boost to work with. I still have problems with picking up every little boost pad that I want to, especially in a fast game as the second one was, because we were just chasing after the ball. You can see that very often could have taken a few boost pads and had more boost to work with, but instead of that I just drove around them and ended up being with 0 boost on defense. Number 5 is sitting inside the net instead of going up the wall. So I noticed in the 2 games that very often we should have went up the wall. Instead we were just sitting in the goal, waiting for a shot to come in, but because they're so good at car control and shooting aerial shots, they can just easily read the backboard and just shoot at the net. And it is a lot harder to save an incoming shot from the backboard when you're in net as when you're on the sidewall, because you can just fly out to the ball and get an early challenge. Yeah, Paschy is clearing it out and very clever because he's clearing straight to Fairy Peak so that Fairy Peak can have a shot on goal. And that's what's going to happen. Rodwin is actually up for that. That's very clever. I should have been probably up that wall to save it, but I was not. I was just in goal, not being able to save it. Okay, he misses. Paschy comes in, and I get a save, or he does. Yeah, he does. Okay, Rodwin gets a save, and 6 may sound pretty basic, but it's just knowing where my teammate or try to play around an opponent, but because I am not aware of that, I just boom it out to an opponent. I just don't hit a pass when I could hit one. I have a good example right here where Fairy Peak just knew it exactly where Paschy was at and just passes straight to him. They almost score off of that. Number 7 is 50-50s and knowing when and how to challenge. 50-50s are a big part of Rocket League. Not even because of the kickoffs, but in general, just knowing how to get a good 50-50 can help you out. I will put you a link in the description to a video of Doomsy. He talked about 50-50s in that video. I really enjoyed it and I thought it was extremely helpful, so check that out. But I will show you 2 50-50s I had in that game and just look at it. Paschy is on the left side of the ball, so if he flicks to the right side, he's probably, and he will just push the ball past me because we're both challenging from a similar direction, but Paschy's gonna hit the ball first. So that's also what will happen exactly. He's pushing it past me. So I'm hitting it up the wall again because I didn't read his kickoff. So I hit it again, and Paschy comes in from the side, and I actually get a decent 50-50 on it and push it mid. I'm trying to get another hit and score it, and I could probably do that if I was good. Number 8 is deciding where to go after kickoff as a second. That has a lot to do with communication as well, because the player who gets the kickoff should always try to predict where he's going to get it. If he tries to kill the kickoff, try to push the ball to the right side, try to win the kickoff, whatever that may be, he should call it. Because the second player has 2 options. He or she can either push up and try to cheat up, or player can get a boost on the left or the right side. So depending on where the kickoff goes, it is important to know if the player should get the left boost or the right boost if he's not cheating up. In a few clips, Rodwin was actually getting a pretty good kickoff against Paschy or Fairy Peak and pushing the ball to the right side, but I just took the back left boost, so I was completely out of the play. If I would have gotten the right boost, I could have just went up to the ball and challenged it or even take control of it. Instead, I was just completely out of the play, and Paschy or Fairy Peak had a lot of time on the ball, and that's never good. Number 9 is leaving your mate alone on defense. I do that often, also in ranked, and I know that's a mistake I have to work on. Leaving your mate in a 1v2 situation is just always not a good position to be in for your mate. If that position is against Fairy Peak and Paschy, then, well, good luck. Number 10 is another basic thing, it's just shooting accuracy. You will notice in the few clips I will show you right now, I'm just missing the net so often. I could have scored a few times actually, but I'm just missing. I even had one nice play, I will show you that right here. Ooh. I push it to the left side because I know that it bounces out again. I actually outplayed Fairy Peak. Okay, and I could have scored there, but I missed. Oh, that could have been a nice play. Damn it. Next time, next time. And as you can see, I just didn't hit the target, unfortunately. But that's something you can work on just by practicing your shooting skills. Or even practicing 1v1 could help a lot. Number 11 is actually something very crucial. It's being in the correct position to receive a pass. I realized that very often I'm just in the wrong position to receive a pass. I'm either way too far behind or too far up. Because I'm not reading it correctly, I'm hesitating too much, I cannot score, and I get beat to the ball by the defender. The only pass he can get is right in front of the goal if he gets to roll the ball over the round edge. So he will beat Paschy to the ball for sure. Paschy is not back in time, so if I was a bit more up, I probably could score next. Yep, and that's exactly what is going to happen. I would have a free shot here for sure, but I'm not back in time. I'm not there in time, and it's just a clear for Paschy. Number 12 is something very crucial, but basic again. It's just diagonal flipping instead of front flipping on your kickoff. Easy to fix, but for some reason I am still not doing it. When you're diagonal flipping, you can boost while flipping. You can't do that while front flipping. So number 13 I kinda was already talking about is positioning and communication. I mean, it makes sense that in a fast game like this was, we were out of position often, because especially in the second game we were trying to chase the ball, and that made us be out of position very often. It's kind of funny how we ended up all being in the same corner too often. Out of position, everyone is just in that corner right here, and well, that's so stupid. So number 14 is back post defending. It's something very crucial and important, I think. And I also think not a lot of people know about that. There's another video about that, and I will put a link in the description below to that. It is always better to defend at the back post than to defend at near post. You have a better side of the field. It just makes it a lot easier for you to defend an incoming shot. Because in Rocket League, driving backwards is never as than driving forward. You obviously cannot boost backwards. So that's all that I got for you today. I want to give a big thanks to Flume for giving me a shout out in this video. That was extremely nice of him, and I appreciate it big time. Thank you very much if you're seeing this. And in general, the support on this video was just insane. I started with 19 subscribers. I'm now at 122, I think. I might actually be wrong, but it's just insane. Thank you very much for that. If you're interested, then check out my Twitch. I actually stream both of the games against Fairy Peak and Paschy. So if you're interested in seeing that view, check it out. I guess that's all I want to say. See you next time. Oh, my grandma's calling. Bye, I'm out.